Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Multipliers Club. Today we've got another great guest on. If you know of Amazon FBA, I'm sure you already know who this is. It's Jack, also known as Jack Amazon Club on Instagram, or Jack Dams on TikTok, where he's got 250,000 followers. He's 22 years of age and he's already had the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, the Porsches. So he lives a very good life. Today in this episode, we're going to talk everything Amazon FBA, as well as other businesses that he's invested in or started up. So make sure to listen to the end. So don't forget to follow or subscribe on whichever platform you are listening to.
So yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Jack. It's a pleasure to have you on the Multipliers podcast. You've done some huge, amazing things within the Amazon FBA space. So let's just start off by, asking you, what is Amazon FBA and how does it work?
So long story short, I'll keep it simple, I guess. Amazon FBA, selling on Amazon, but you're using their logistics system. So you buy your stock in bulk, you prep it, send it to Amazon in bulk, and obviously they'll then sell it, ship it to your customers, and obviously deal with the customers, or most of the customer service anyway. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much what Amazon is.
Nice, yeah, that's sick. And, following your journey for a little while, you're definitely living the life, you're making some great money. So in terms of earning potential for Amazon FBA, could you break down that a little bit for us?
It's unlimited, really. There's no real cap to it. I think if you want to be earning, I think if we talk about the tens to hundreds of millions, obviously you're pretty much devoting your life to it. It's a heavy scale, need a lot of space, a lot of people, but there's no real cap on it, I don't think. Obviously, the harder you work, the more you're going to get out of it. You need to be smart, of course, when you're buying a lot of products, when obviously you're investing into physical products here, and obviously you need to be smart about returns, smart about the type of products you're investing in, and obviously with Amazon, there's a lot of risks. One big mistake can set you back quite heavily, and that's one of the things I see people fail with a lot. So I guess in regards to the earnings, there's not a cap on it.
It's like any business owner, at the end of the day. There's no cap on any business. If you're the business owner, you can pretty much scale it to however big you can get it.
Definitely.
Really, and like you say, it's about the amount of time and effort you're putting in.
Yeah, 100%. I'd say there's a decision made as an Amazon seller. There's a decision made somewhere along the way. I reckon you could do £1 million a year on your own.
Is that revenue or is that profit?
That's probably revenue. You couldn't do $1 million profit a year. Okay. No, not on your own. Probably not $1 million a year. So, for example, we had a guy come to my office yesterday, Anton. Shout out Anton. He didn't want me to mention his name, but it's fine. Fuck it. Anton, he's 21 years old. Past 30 days, he's done 170 grand. And he's done a 52 grand profit on that. But he's on his own. He's literally
50% margins with.
Oh, that was much more like 30 to 40%. But that's mad. I'm not hitting that. Obviously, we've stuck well to about a 20% margin.
Is that because of the product?
He's found a mad product. He's found a mad niche.
Yeah,
One product can equal someone's 5 years of hard work, just like that. Yeah. To be fair, he's probably in the past month, I think he'd done it wasn't. It was 63k profit in the past 30 days. He started 2 years ago. I taught him how to do it, and he'd done more profit than me in the past 30 days. Because he just found one banger. I'm selling 700 plus different products. He's not going to get consistency with it. We've got consistency with our profit and our products. I've got a lot more costs as well, hence why our profit would be nowhere near that.
Don't Amazon sometimes come in and they will then replicate the product or try and find a way of selling it themselves if they see something like that? Or
do you know what? Yeah, I want to say yes, but they haven't really done it. Like Amazon can sell it. They can sell a product similar to you, but they're never going to track. Like for example, if you're selling like an Evian water bottle, for example, they're not going to come in and trash the price completely to the point where you can't make any money because Evian will tell them, here's your RRP, you've got to stick to it. The other stuff, the branding, your own stuff, they can compete with you, but as long as you get in there soon enough and far, we just haven't seen it, to be fair. So
really, that's good.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Amazon are a fucking pain in the arse. They throw some problems your way, but they don't just come in and completely trash you basically, because bear in mind they make majority of their money on us, people like me and you, selling on their platform. They just take ridiculous fees. Exactly that. So.
When did you get started in FBA? Did you catch the trend quite early? Or
I don't know. No, but I wouldn't say I called it early. To be fair, I take a bit of responsibility for making it a bit of a trendy thing because I got on TikTok 3 years ago and started shouting about it. Then it just became like fucking every person, like you go out there and someone knows about it, and all these people.
We were trying to do it. We've even tried to do it at one point.
We had like 55 cans of deodorant. They kept getting sent back to us.
Fucking bubble wrap scales, like labels.
Yeah, no, that's deodorant's not the right way to go.
I tell us now. Yeah.
Could have told you that. Yeah. There we go. That's it.
I don't even know why we chose deodorant, to be fair.
I think it's just you got sent a product list, didn't it, from someone, and there was just the products on there. That was what had the margin on it at the time.
Yeah, I've still got a couple of those cans.
Have
2
you?
years later.
So unlimited deodorant, you'll be alright.
Was that when you
smell nice for a while.
when you started about 3 years ago? Was that just when you?
No, that was TikTok. So
wow.
So I started Amazon April 2019. So I believe it's about 4.5 years ago now. Started back then. I wouldn't say I caught it early. Early would have been 15 years ago, but I was still probably pissing the bed at that time. So no, I didn't catch it early, but what I did was I jumped on it and saw the opportunity. Thankfully, I made a mistake, but that mistake showed me that there was big money up for grabs, and I just jumped head first and just.
What was that mistake?
So basically, I saw it. I had this Asian guy shouting at me for an ad on YouTube. I was literally at Tesco. Funny enough, I remember I was at Tesco in Caterham on the Hill, not far away from here, and I'm stacking the smelliest crap into the reductions aisle, the reduced to clear aisle, broken dog food and crap, And I'm just on my phone scrolling, and watching a YouTube video. This guy's talking about Amazon FBA. I'm thinking American geezer, of course. I'm like, okay, cool. So he's doing all that. I'm gonna give it a crack. Dive head first. Got home, started having a look at products that I could potentially buy. Again, had no clue what I was doing. Went on a clearance wholesaler, and I was like, okay. Knowing nothing, didn't even have an Amazon account at this point. I was like, cool, I'm buying these laptop bags, I'm buying these spinning fan lights, I'm buying these little picture frames, and I'm going to buy, French t-shirts, French light up t-shirts, right? And I was like, fuck it, I'm buying them all. They're like 50p each, cool. Bought them all in. Then I started trying to learn how to do it because my mum and dad's house was filled with stock. Started learning how to do it. Fell into it, watched the YouTube video, a couple of YouTube videos, they're all pretty shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to give it a go. Sent a load of crap into Amazon, literally fell into it, tried to work it out. And then some shit sold. I didn't look at it for 2 weeks. I just sent it in, completely forgot about it because me, the missus, and my pal and his missus were going to Spain. And I opened up the Amazon seller app while I was in Spain about 4 days in, and I'm like, shit, I've done like 600 quid in sales. You know what I mean? That's mental. Yeah. Obviously me thinking, is that profit? Is that my money? And then I'm looking through the numbers. Okay, well, I didn't make any money on that. I spent about $3,500 on the stock. Ended up selling a fair bit. I think I did about $4,000 or $5,000 in sales in my first month, but bear in mind, $2,000 of that's Amazon fees. And the rest of it was probably just the product cost anyway. So I made no money, but I'd also made sales. Do you know what I mean? I'd made no profit, so it was nothing for me, but I'm like, something that works.
Yeah.
100%. So I looked at what worked, I looked at what didn't, and then carried on from there, and then just kept on giving it a crack. More failures, of course, but...
Yeah, sick. Fair play to you. I feel like failures create lessons though, right? For
Every
sure.
time.
How far into the journey did you start seeing that, this was going to take you somewhere?
It was probably about 2 months after that, to be fair. 2 months after that. So I'd say, long story short, it was the fans and the bags that taught me. The bags were just crazy money. Turned out they were fake, which is not ideal. They're counterfeit bags. That's why I got them so cheap.
Was it branded stuff?
Branded, yeah. It's not a big brand, but anyway.
But it was a fake brand, and then did Amazon find out then?
No. Not at all. But I looked back on it and I was like, yeah, I got sold. I was just, obviously I had no idea what I was doing. I'm thinking, right, I was just buying it for 50p. Sorry, it was about £3.50 for this bag. Yeah. The laptop bag selling for like £15-16 on Amazon, or like anything up to £60. Cool, let me do it.
Yeah.
And then it came to the realisation it's probably not.
The right thing to do.
It is what it is. But they're sold, they're done. It is what it is. Make mistakes. But then the little fans I had, they made mad money. Buying them for about £2. They were actually, funny enough, right? On Amazon, you just see generic crap selling. Generic shit. It's all the same stuff, yeah? So if you took the logo off this, it's just a microphone, right? And that's the same thing on Amazon. You just see a thing without a logo on it that you can source for the same from China. Well, these were actually on clearance, on this clearance website, but they were actually from, what's that brand that they come to your door and sell? Like
Alibaba.
Avon.
Avon.
Oh,
so they were these Avon fans, right? But they had no branding on them. So they were Avon on the box. So we just covered the barcode. They were Avon fans, and you plug them in, and they've got this beautiful little fan thing in the winter into your computer, into the summer, sorry. That's got a clock on it. I found an exact same thing, branded like Sheng Zhang Wang on Amazon. It was the same product. So I'm like, cool, I'll shift it. Buying them at like £2, selling them about £11. Sold every single one of them throughout the summer. That was big money. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me do that again with another product. iPhone cables, adapters, done that with them. And I'm literally stood at Tesco earning £40, £50, £60 a day at times. And these products started selling when I got back from Spain, or like a month and a half later or whatever, when they dropped from China, and they were making mad money. Buy price a pound, sell price like $10.99, $11.99.
Mad market.
And I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm sat here earning £9 an hour, and I've sold 25 of these in the past hour at a £7 profit, £6 profit. Shit. Realised that weren't, well, after a while, sold them for about 2 or 3 months, made crazy money with them. And that's when Jake came on board, was about September. And then they got taken away because apparently we weren't allowed to do those either. So then I learned what I could do and couldn't do. And then it was just literally just a constant up and down motion of can do this, can't do that, can make loads of money from that, but it's not allowed. can make money from that, and that is allowed. So just
playing the game, innit?
Playing the game, that's it. just got addicted to it. Literally just addict, like.
Were you buying courses like to learn it, or how were you learning just YouTube videos?
No, not really. Do you know what it was? There was no UK presence for it. It was just Americans. And
Really?
I'm thinking there's
To be fair, like you say that like on YouTube and shit, like when I think when we were looking at it,
yeah,
there's a lot
Everything's
of, like,
American,
it's
yeah.
all
there was hardly any. It was
American
all
stuff.
American.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, I'll just give it a crack myself. I've got to probably save myself a lot of money at the start, but yeah. And then obviously I realised there weren't much of a UK presence, so I got on TikTok and started chatting shit.
You
and
made the UK presence.
Yeah, I literally, I don't want to sound up my arse, but literally came out of nowhere. Because when I was doing it, like, people were just coming to me, oh, I haven't heard of this, what's this like? Literally, when I started doing it, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What is Amazon FBA? Now, everyone.
Yeah, my mate actually sent me a video of you like years ago, like in Tesco's. Yeah, it was Lewis. He sent me a video. He's like, this guy, he's just making money because he's just scanning stuff in Tesco's.
Yeah.
And he just sent it to me. He's like, we should do this.
Yeah.
I love that though. It's like the place that used to pay you £9 an hour, you're getting your stock from, you're making probably £500 an hour.
I got some, and you know, I'll be honest. Yeah, fuck Tesco. I'm gonna say it, and you can put it on. Fuck Tesco, right? I don't rate it at all.
Fuck the club card too.
Yeah. No, so fuck the new meal deal prices as well. What's that all about? It's ridiculous. Anyway, the amount of money I made from Tesco, I actually think I made. So I worked for Tesco for 2 years. Yeah, part time. Sometimes doing overtime, whatever. £600-800 a month, whatever. I guarantee you, in Q4 2019. So that was I got sacked in December because I took 2 months sick pay, a month and a half sick pay, and then they realised I was pissing about. I got sacked in December, and I guarantee you, in that 4 months, I made more profit. Yeah, in the last 3 months of the year, I made more profit from shit that I bought from Tesco than Tesco paid me in 3 years. Guaranteed.
Just getting paid to look at it.
Yeah, 100%.
Fine bargain.
Is that where you just go around, you scan it,
retail
Amazon
arbitrage,
says...
Yeah. Well, so yeah. Again, they might come for me. I don't know, but listen, they had. So when I was at Tesco, I was stock reduction. Yeah, so I'd reduce stock. So I'm there reducing. No.
I know where this is going.
No. To be fair, it was legal. Like what I did was legal fully, but it was anyway. No. It was. I'll explain. So I reduced the stock. That's what I was meant to do. And they say, right, this is the back to school stuff, and it's coming towards the end of September now. Everyone's back to school, so you need to reduce it to clear by 90%. I'm like, sweet. Obviously, they made their profit on it. That's what companies do. We do it as well as an Amazon business. We just fucking shift stock at nothing.
Yeah.
We've made our profit and need to get out and save space. So they've reduced it by 90%, and I'm sat there thinking, what, 90%? So I start scanning shit, and I'm like, cool, that was like £12. Now it's £1.20 or whatever. But it still sells for £12 on Amazon. I'm like, sweet. So I start, I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, get the fucking 4x4 down here now. Yeah, get it down here now. And obviously, when you're meant to scan and reduce it, and then everyone's meant to have a fair share or whatever. I'm like, fuck that. Reduced it all, as they said I could. As I said I should. It was my job. Reduced it all. Done what they said. It's got to go on the shelf first. So I literally bought this cage out, chucked it all on the shelf, looked around. I'm like, everyone wait. Literally, all these people, and they do crowd around for the reductions as well. Crowded around. Rule is company policy, Tesco policy, has to go on the shelf first. Then you can buy it. Cool. So I shoved it all on the shelf. I said, hang on, everyone. Took it back off the shelf. Put it on a cage. Went to the till, bought it all. Pops came, shoved it all in his car. I'm not even joking, you, mate. I don't even know how much money we made, but oh my God, it was ridiculous. Like Crayola. There's these like big packs of Sharpie pens as well that we were buying for like £3, and they sell them for 30 on Amazon. And bear in mind, it's coming into Christmas time now, and these are like things you put in stock. Oh, mate,
yeah,
mad. So made stupid money on that. And to be fair, it's not like I was being sneaky. I was buying like fucking 500 things on the till at Tesco.
Yeah, you're still paying for it.
Yeah, 100%.
About paying.
Their prices.
You get staff discount.
Yeah, 100%. Well,
on top of that as well. Yeah.
That's probably So that was that, and then the Xboxes. Done a load of Xboxes. I cleaned out literally so on Black Friday, I cleaned out every Tesco probably from Purley to fucking, I don't know, probably in Surrey, every single Tesco.
You used to use Hot UK deals?
No, literally. No, never. But literally went around, all these Xboxes were 99 quid on Black Friday. I'm like, sweet, I'm going to go around and buy all these Xboxes, maxing out every card I had.
How many did you get, do you reckon?
Quite a lot. I think it's like 30. 30 or 40. Quite a lot. But obviously, we're buying them at £99 minus 10% colleague discount. And then coming closer to Christmas time, like 15th, 16th, 17th of December, everyone sold out of Xboxes on Amazon. People need Xboxes. I'm not being funny, right? Yeah. Even though an Xbox is £100 more than it usually is, what you're going to do? You're going to let your kid cry for Christmas? Not happening, mate. Prices have gone up. Yeah. So, like, mad
It's like
money.
the fucking stock market, isn't it? You're literally buying at the low and selling at the high.
100%. It's a game. I could have sold all that stock. Probably, well, I think when's Black Friday? What day is that?
November. Last Thursday.
Could have sold it straight away.
Thursday, Friday.
Oh, Black Friday. So I'm thinking Thanksgiving.
Thursday, yeah.
That's Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good money.
With Tesco when I was younger, so I was in school, and the reason I asked about Hot UK deals because when I was like 12 to 15, every single day I went on Hot UK deals, and there'll be deals like like glitches.
Yeah.
So there'll be glitches like all the time at like Sainsbury's.
I
and
have
Tesco's
seen
and
it. Yeah,
it's good. And then Tesco's had this glitch, right, where it was tomato juice. It was like scan 2 and you get 1 free. Where it was making it if you scan 2, you get them all free, and it was minus in the price. So you'd scan I'd go to Tesco, scan like 30 of the tomato juices, and it would make. Then I'll be on minus. No, but then I'll be on minus 30 quid. So then I'll scan like footballs through.
30 quid
off.
That's sick. Yeah, man.
And then I was going around I literally got a train to Fulton Heath, just cleared them out of tomato juice. Went to Purley Way, Catering, went all the way to Three Bridges, just clear them out. Yeah. I got bare tomato juice.
What did you do with the tomato juice?
I was gave it to my mum. She still got it.
Still got it. I was going to say, we get a lot of tomato juice.
But yeah, I was just smashing out every day.
Like, the people at Tesco would be like, why is this kid buying so much fucking tomatoes?
And the thing is, they were like, oh, this is a really... Because one time, the self-scanner wasn't working. Self-scanner was fine because it would print me a receipt at the end. I wouldn't pay anything. It would print me a receipt saying minus £1, have everything. But one time I went through the person and she was like, this is too good to be true. How is this so cheap? You've got all these items and it's come to £5.60. I'm like, yeah, good deal. I was gone.
Fair enough.
Back in the day, so when you was at school and stuff, obviously you're an entrepreneur, right? So all of us are guilty of it and just finding new different ways to make money. Did you do that as you were younger?
Yeah, a lot. Everything I could do, really. Everything I could do, because where I'm quite lucky is my pops. He was quite well off, to be fair. Done very well. He was a trader in the city back in the day. Got into personal property, and done well with that. He's a very strict man, very classical man. I can't appreciate it anymore, to be fair. Yeah. It's amazing what he done for me, but. If I wanted my fiver pocket money at the end, so my pocket money was £5, and if I wanted that or wanted more, it would be a case of clean the cars, clean the windows, clean your room, clean the house, and I'm like, fucking hell, it's my weekend gone. So I learned money's out there much easier than it is here. So I just started doing whatever I could to get a bit of money, really. So early days, probably not so much, but I would say later on, maybe end of primary school. No, not primary school, sorry. Maybe towards the end of senior school, I was making quite a lot of money. Went to a lot of pupil referral units, and obviously there, the rules are a little bit less than they are other places. Vapes, cleaned up off them. So that's where the first time I ever bought from China, I was 14 years old. Had birthday money. Dad, I need you to use your credit card because I want this £150, £140.
Birthday.
So what I bought for my birthday money, I bought vapes from China. But you know the little disposable 400 puff ones, way back in the day where the end of them lit up and that little smoker. Oh mate, I miss them. I need to find them again, to be fair. Good memories. I'm sure they banned them for some reason, but get them for £1 each landed. But obviously if I'm sending it to you guys right now, you're not going to be able to sell it to you for a tenner because you can just go to the shop and buy it for £2. Whereas when you're sending it in these kind of places, they can't get it from anywhere, so I put whatever price you want on it, right? So I think I sold decent, anything from £5 to £15 each, depending on how stupid the person was, and made a mad amount of money on them as well, And then I thought, okay, vapes started getting, vapes started getting quite popular, actual vapes, the liquids and stuff, and the big old cloud machines. So I started buying those off Spock, selling them to people, cleaning them up, whatever, selling them to people, and made quite a lot of money.
The guy around there, Vape Pit, isn't it? He's done that.
Yeah, he smashed it.
Yeah, he has done well.
He turned it right.
He has done well, to be fair. Yeah, I used to get served in there, to be fair. Actually, yeah, cut that bit out. That's a funny story. But yeah. So I made a lot of money and that kind of stuff. Just always wanted a bit of extra money, and when it was easier to go and get it out there than it was at home, it done me a massive. But at the time, I'm thinking, oh fuck this. Like, Dad, you drive a Mercedes. Why can't I have like my pals are getting £20 pocket money a week? Do you know what I mean? But obviously later in life, I'm like, thank you so fucking much. You know what I mean? Because I guess teaches you how to.
Got to be
stand on your
hungry,
own 2
innit?
feet.
You've got to be
Yeah,
hungry for it.
100%. And I started realising, fucking hell, there's actually big money out here. Like 60 quid in a weekend. Fucking hell, what am I doing cleaning cars? Like, yeah, for a fiver. Mad.
I love that, man. I love hearing about how entrepreneurs start. I used to make money off donuts, bruv.
Donuts?
Yeah, donuts, jam donuts. I'd get 6 jam donuts for like 40p, and I'd sell them 50p each. I'd make like £2 off a pack of donuts.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, it's good hustle. When you're in like year 8, like that's decent. Do you know what I mean? I was
big
only
money,
about 12.
That goes a long way in the corner shops back in the day as well.
100%.
£2, mate. That's a bag full of sweets back in the day.
The teachers hate on it though. They used to take the sweets off me.
Yeah, the teachers hate on it.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's talking about the school system, right? Because obviously you've done very well. It's not from doing what you were taught in school.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the education system and how it's wiring people up for the future? 'Cause I'm sure you've got friends you went to school with who probably went to uni, have got loads of GCSEs and aren't even touching the surface as to what you're doing, right?
Yeah, it's a weird one, you see. I'm grateful for the school system because it will provide me with people who I need to grow and run my business, right? But obviously it doesn't produce people like us, really business owners. It's too one-dimensional. There's people learn in different ways, as a scientific, because there's so many arguments out there, but the scientific fact, everyone learns in a different way. Yeah, some people learn visually, some people learn audibly, and some people learn by doing shit, right? And school only caters for one of those kind of thing. I didn't get on too well like school at all. My fault and others' faults as well. But it's a pretty broken system, to be fair. But it works for a certain percentage who are. What I don't like is that certain percentage is branded smart. There's not a person like that. I went to a grammar school, right? And that grammar school is meant to pump out the smartest people on the planet, right? I promise you, there's not a fucker that went there smarter than me. There's not a fucker that went to that school who could do what I've done. They wouldn't last a day in my shoes. Do you know what I mean? But what they can do is they can look at gibberish on paper and organise it. Do you know what I mean? It's a weird one.
Different type of smart.
100%. And hats off to the people who are good at that stuff. Do you know what I mean? But obviously there is that. In life, it is that case of, well, you've got all of this on a piece of paper, so you're a better individual than that person. It's just not true, is it, really? Do you know what I mean? How can you judge someone based on that crap? Like,
I literally used to always, I used to always be the one to answer. Like, I was loud, same as I am now, to be honest, in school. So I'd always be stood up when there's talking, they're asking, like, I'd be saying whatever, I'd know the answers. Then, like, comes to the end of the discussion and say, oh, now you got it right. Just put it down on paper and write the answer. And, you know, like, when it's you have the one sentence things, and then it's like, oh, at the end of the test you got to do like whatever it is, PQEs or whatever it was, and it's like 20 marks. Then I just sit there like this, like I don't know what to write, like, and it's fucking bollocks. So you end up getting shit results because you dropped. Because I'm not good at writing the English, the long stuff when you're doing a business test or geography or whatever it might be. It's like, mate, why you just keep testing me on the same English thing of write a long essay to see how good I am at business? Like, it's bollocks. Do you know what I mean? So then that's what mainly fucked me. And then the longer you go on, like when I started A-levels, it's all just essay.
A-levels?
Well,
didn't last very long. But I started it, and then I think I got kicked out about Christmas time, so I lasted 6 months. But it's because I didn't want to be there anyway in the end. I thought, this is just nonsense.
Where did you go from school? So you went. Did you working at Tesco's while you was at school?
I was at college. Yeah,
at college. So that was like your first ever
job.
Working environment. So you've never really actually worked for someone in an office.
Not really, no.
Or on site or anything like that. Just Tesco's is like your only work experience.
Well, this is an interesting conversation, you see, because it asks the question whether where I am now is thanks to that, or thanks to the fact that I didn't get on well at school. Because basically, I was coming towards the end of Tesco, right? Long story short, I'm working around a bunch of bums. I'll put it straight up. Yeah, a bunch of bums. People want to moan about the everyday shit. Yeah, like the kind of people like who would make group chats about you and shit and say, "Oh, like he's not."
That definitely happened, didn't it?
But it did 100% weirdos, mate. Yeah, like actually, funny enough, came up with my memories the other day. I was gonna make a TikTok about it, but I thought, you know what, I'll leave him. Yeah. Cause, anyway, but I knew based on my school experiences. Yeah, I went to 6. I got kicked out of my last school 3 months before my GCSEs, and I went to like 6 or 7. 3 normal schools, 3 normal schools, 3 PRUs. Yeah, I got kicked out of the last one right at the end, so I didn't make it through any of them. That's school. School's a lot more lenient than the place of work. Places of work don't give a shit. Warning, done, gone. Yeah. So I'm coming towards the end of Tesco. Finished my. To be fair, I've done well at college. I didn't think I got to do well at college, but I found a way to make it work for me.
Did you do a different, like, obviously at college you do different things instead of just the academic stuff?
No. To be fair, I've done double business and law, and I got top marks and all.
There's still like it's better than doing maths and English. And it's something more that you like.
Yeah, 100%. And I did BTEC as well.
Took an interest in business, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you're gonna probably apply yourself a bit more.
Exactly that, and BTEC level 3, so it was coursework, not sat down doing essays and exams. It was just a bit and revision. It just didn't need to do any of that.
Yeah.
But I got to the end of Tesco. I'm like, right, I'm about to get set. Well, actually, not even that. Got to the end of college, and I'm like, shit, I need to find a way to make a living for myself here because I ain't gonna survive in a place of work. No way. I was interested in getting away from getting kicked out of college as well. I was just a bit of a head case, and I was just like, shit, I actually have no choice but to make this, because I know it'll be job 1, gone, job 2, gone, job 3, gone, and fuck knows what'll happen at the end of that. Do you know what I mean?
Reckon you could hold down the job?
No, I would not a fucking hope in hell. Not a chance. No way. I couldn't. Look, if I got kicked out of PRUs, no way was I holding down a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
Not happening. So
what were you doing? A bit like being disruptive, or?
Do you know what it was? Like, I work in a particular way, and I even do it at the office. Like, it's funny because we always laugh at it. Like, I don't sit down. I don't sit still. You will never. If you walk in my office, you'll catch me at my desk for 6 minutes. That's it. Then I'm sat over there. I'm sat there. I'm on the phone. I'm having a fag. I'm doing this. How I work is I've got about an hour of good work in me a day. The rest of it, I'm just all over the shop. That's it, right? But I can do that in my own place of work. Whereas at school, I'm sat there, and to give it to myself, way back in the day, I was a very smart kid, and I could have been very academic if I wanted to. Before it got to all the mad algebra, Pythagoras shit, I was very, very smart, right? And I just took things on. Like, I still got 6 Bs and 2 Cs in my GCSEs and didn't work from really, which was mad. I didn't really expect it.
Decent.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it, to be fair, but it got me into Reigate College, which was what I needed to get to the next level where I wanted to be. But I just couldn't sit still. It wasn't me, and I'll be honest, I was a bit of a twat as well, class clown. I just enjoyed it. Obviously, first school, all boys school, second school, there's girls there. I'm thinking, wow, look at this. Like, whoa. Like, the only girls I got to see was on the bus on the way there. So I'm thinking, upgrade now. My pals are there as well. So my best pals from primary school were at the second school I went to. So I'm like, yeah, this is just going to be fun. So I just started having fun. I got in a couple of fights, got in a bit of trouble, stupid shit, and then that was that.
What were your parents saying to you at this time when you're getting kicked out, going here, there, and everywhere?
It was tough for them, innit? It was tough for them, really tough for them, because
they obviously wanted you to do the academic stuff,
yeah,
right?
of course.
They went to a grammar school to begin with, so they're really pushing.
That's it.
Do you think that probably played a part in you rebelling?
No. Do you know what? My parents, they never pushed for it. They said, you do what you want to do.
Okay.
They wanted me. Their first school was like, cool, you should go to. I wanted to go to that school because I played rugby and my brother went there, and I was like, yeah, cool, that's quite a cool school and it's meant to be the best of the best, what they all spoke about, right? But then obviously after a while I realised, shit, that's not where I really belong. Like, didn't belong there at all. So yeah, but it's just that environment, isn't it? It's like sit down for an hour and conform completely, you know. And a lot of the time, like, respect is earned, not given, right? But in a school teacher-student scenario, apparently it's meant to just be given. In times and places, yes, but other times I think as human beings we all deserve to earn and have equal respect, right? So I meet you guys here. If you talk to me with disrespect, I'm not going to talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you with respect, but it's a two-way thing, right? But at school, why is it any different? That's not teaching us good lessons for life. Teacher can say something wrong, but I have to conform to that. And that's where I caught myself in a bit of trouble sometimes, talking back, saying shit, arguing, and so a lot of the time I was getting it right, which pissed them off even more. Do you know what I mean? And then the rest is history. So, yeah.
So bringing it up to sort of now with the business, obviously. Just talk us through like where you're at in terms of the Amazon FBA. I know you've got other businesses as well now. What's you just said you've got an hour good work in your day, but what's your sort of day-to-day look like? What's the office set up? What's the staff set up?
Yes. So it's a lot right now. I got a lot of projects on right now. A couple I can't disclose here, but I've got new e-commerce ventures that have started in the past month, which have gone like madder than I could even, like, we're talking 6 figures first month, like healthy 50 to 60 grand profits first month.
Yeah.
Just launched like 3 weeks ago
Really?
on a let's give this a crack basis. Amazon's still pushing very, very strong. We've reduced costs a little bit lately. Had to obviously let a couple of the team go. There was just a couple of dynamic problems there. Great guys, but just had to be off there. But we got, so obviously Amazon business, we got Jack's Amazon Club as well, which is consultancy, mentorship. So for the average person, it's mentorship. Is they make a bit of money on Amazon basically. For brands and people who own products and brands who want to get their product on Amazon and actually get a proper strategy for it, we help them with that. So like we had a company come to us 3 months ago, had no idea what they were doing with Amazon, got them on board, got them on Amazon. They're like the number one in their niche now on Amazon completely, which is mad to be fair. So that's what we provide with that. The new e-commerce venture, of course, starting up a chauffeur business. It's kind of under its way, and other things as well.
Yeah, we looked at that. That's very smart. We saw your TikTok on that.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more on the logistical side of
The Chauffeur one.
Yeah. So obviously, I spend a lot of money on cabs, right? And we go to London a lot. We drive around a lot anyway. Spending a lot of money on cabs to go to business meetings, right? Yeah. So you look at that and I think to myself, fucking hell, I could have a chauffeur for that. I'm not even joking, I could literally have a chauffeur for that money, like Ubers and shit.
Yeah.
Like when you go up to London and it's past 1 o'clock in the morning, mate, you're paying £280 to get back to Crawley. Like, I'm not even joking. And it's £150 on the way up there and in between everywhere you're going. You don't walk around London anymore, do you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I looked at it and I was like, fuck it, I could get... So I looked at what these things were renting out for. Fucking, what, £1,000 a day for that? People were paying that. Hello, do you have any availability? No, sorry, we're booked out to the end of summer. What? £1,000 a day? Fucking hell, I'm buying one.
Yeah, you found the demand.
I'm buying one, yeah. Exactly that. So I'm buying one. So bought the van, got it all done up, yeah. 55 grand total cost for the car, for the vehicle, done up, total, all that, nice number plate and all that, looking sick. Hired a driver for it and just been in the process of getting it licensed and all that kind of stuff. So meanwhile, I've just been using it, you know what I mean? So
what's the plan? You're going to rent it out to get the costs covered and then...
Yeah, 100%. 100%. If there's enough demand, I'll get another one and another driver. But yeah, cover the cost 100%. But yeah, we use it anyway, so it saves us. I mean, like, I think it was like £3 a month or £3.5 grand a month we were spending on cabs at one time. So it's like, okay.
Mate, that's mad money for cabs.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought I spent a lot on cabs. That's nuts.
Yeah, it was bad. We were just celebrating a lot, a lot of times at company celebrations and that.
That's a smart way to think, though. Like,
Yeah,
it's just the thought
you gotta
process.
look at, what your outgoings are and go, right, how can I cover that outgoing?
100%. Yeah.
I think only very few people think like that, you know. We think it's normal because we're always with like-minded people, but exactly how you just explained the way your brain works, it's unique. Do you know what I mean? It's special. It is. Going back to the Amazon FBA stuff, right? So a lot of people listening to this are always aspiring to start businesses. Who is right for an Amazon FBA business? So like, who will it work for? And what type of individual would you say it might not work for?
It's a tough one because the person I'm about to explain is the opposite of me. Do you know what I mean? So it's a weird one, but I want someone who's someone who can sit there consistently, not stop. But that's not me anymore either. So it's a weird one. I can't sit at a computer for 10 hours a day. I can't do it.
Did you used to do that though?
Well, it was easier at Tesco because I could hide for 2 hours on my computer, and that was a better option than working at Tesco, right, in the car or whatever. So, but yeah, I did do it a lot, but I guess I'm not that kind of person. So I guess it's not even about the ability side of things. I don't think it's about ability. Honestly, I'm not. I like to say it as well. I'm not a business genius. I'm really not. People like look from the outside and go, "Oh, this guy's got his shit together, man." Like he's a man. Not really. I was just stupid enough to give it a crack and keep going. And that's kind of what's needed. So I'd say the perfect person, as long as you want something nice in life and if you're that hungry, it's all about hunger, right? And nothing else really matters. If you're hungry enough, you'll make it work 1,000,000%. And I think that's with any business, honestly. Like not just Amazon. I think if you can run an Amazon business, you can run a TV business, you can run a microphone business, you can run a
Chauffeur business.
Chauffeur business, yeah, literally anything I think.
I came to your networking event, right, at Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
And obviously a lot of people there had done the mentorship, and I was like having a conversation with this one guy, and I said, "Oh, like you done it before?" Yeah, he's like, "How did it go?" He's like, "Oh, to be honest with you, done it for a few months, and like, yeah, I don't think it's all that And I spoke to another guy literally 5 minutes later. He's like, mate, I've been doing it for like 15 months. Like I quit my job. Like I can't explain how good like the mentorship was and how good Amazon FBA is. But I think it just comes down to what you're saying, hunger. Like I bet that person did not put half the effort in. And then people give up too early as well, right?
Yeah,
they think it's going to happen overnight. It's not a get rich quick scheme, right? Like,
100%.
you've got to put the work in. You've got to put the effort to actually get it out.
I think some people buy courses as well, thinking this course and this course alone is going to change that.
They're going to do it for me.
It's not that simple.
Yeah. I don't have to do nothing. I just have to listen to this.
It's a mentorship for a reason.
It's hard.
Ways.
It's a hard position that we find ourselves in. We get people. I'm like, it's hard. My pre-position on the mentoring first session. Right, everyone, are you ready for a bit of hard work? Yes, cool. Do you understand that this is going to be extremely tough and we're not the solution, but we're going to give you everything that we did in the start, we failed on, so you can go ahead and make the money, but the making the money is up to you. Is everyone happy with that? Because if you're not, fuck off. Simple as that. That's literally said on my mentoring every time. Pre-positioning is everything, right? This isn't the magic wand. I'm not going to... If I could come to your office, handcuff you to your table and force you to work, I'll give you a guarantee. 100%, but I'm not allowed to do that, apparently. So... you got to do it yourself, and that's that. Yeah, we get it all the time. People, oh yeah, Amazon didn't really work for me, can I have a refund? Absolutely fucking not. Why would I give you, Amazon didn't work for you? No, you didn't work for your business.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh yeah, just, it was tough, and then business and work got in the way. Oh what, so you came across a struggle and you gave up.
Yeah.
Okay, quick thing for you. Don't go and buy another course. Don't buy another, don't start, and that'll get people offended, because for me, I'm passionate about letting people, because I'm a mentor, right? If I've helped you, I'm going to keep on helping you. Oh yeah, I want money back because I want to go and do this. Don't just give up. Stay at your job and just forget about it. Because if you can't do this, honestly, I'll be honest with you. If you can't make money on Amazon, if you can't find something to buy and sell, look, it's got its problems. I'll be straight up with you. And on my socials, I'm always find it very important to say, here's what's good about it and bad about it. But fucking hell, if you can't make a bit of money on Amazon, don't try any business. It's not going to be fucking worth it. But that's the same with everything. I truly believe if you start a business and you just let that be it, and then one little struggle comes along and you quit, business isn't for you. It just isn't for you. You know what I mean? Businesses struggle every day. I've got struggles as we speak with my business. Big problems with it, but kind of just used to it now.
That's what we always say that. We were saying that earlier. It's mad. It's so stressful, isn't it? There's just so many.
Different niches. We're all in different niches.
Yeah, we're all in different stuff.
Marketing, building,
100%.
All four of us today, fucking hell.
It's so true.
There's no fucking science.
You have to make a decision on that issue ASAP.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
what I love about that though is those same reasons that we say that day was tough. There'll be people out there in the same niche, in the same industry, and that was the exact reason why they quit.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
so,
100%.
Yeah, they're just giving up.
So it's not the situation, it's the person. End of the day, some people hate to hear it, but
sure. Sometimes I do genuinely see the four of us go through the maddest stuff with business. I think we really go through some tough fucking times.
Yeah, but we always sometimes just think just want to fucking get a job, just get employed, get the weekends back, and this
this is where we talk about it as well. It's it's always easy to think that the grass is greener on the other side, and especially as an entrepreneur, you're looking at other people, it's thinking, oh, what they're living their life, but they're actually going through their own struggles.
100%
with it.
100%, yeah. Even doing Amazon, you could go see, oh shit, someone's doing drop shipping. Oh, that looks great. I'm struggling with what I'm doing. He's doing well with that. Jump ship until fucking.
It's just time and consistency, isn't it?
I feel sorry to cut you off, Joe. I was just going to say, as an entrepreneur, I feel like emotions are amplified, don't you think? The highs are so high, the wins, that's sweet. We close a deal with Sentimental. She was like, yes.
It just takes over your body, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then the losses are equally amplified. It's just
you fucking really can't sleep at night. Sometimes it's you're thinking about something that's going on, fuck, I've got to sort it out tomorrow. That's got to be done.
Mate, it's so true, man. It's so true.
When it's not yours, you don't.
What's the biggest stress is with you and your businesses? Is there a specific business that's more stressful? Is it the team now? Is it product failures? What do you find the low points, the stress points now?
Oh, there's a lot of things. People is one thing. No one will ever care about your business like you do, I guess. And I got some great people around me. Don't get me wrong, there are great people around me. But also you have your contentions and your arguments and where you want things to be done, and you think, well, why does that person not care as much as I do? But it's your business at the end of the day. It's not theirs, So that's one thing I've struggled with massively. And look, again, I'm not built to be a manager or a people's person. I can sit around and have a chat, but when I'm when I'm there, like dealing with someone who's not there, I'm like, my head goes, and I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't be in this situation. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, but I'll try not to.
Yeah.
So then I go away, and then I'm pissed off for the rest of the day. So that's a big thing for me. People right now, and also managing the lifestyle as well. I think one thing for me is I got so like last year I went a bit over the top on the lifestyle, just because I wanted to. I just wanted to go over the top on the lifestyle, get it out of my system, and then it's like got a bit accustomed to it. I was spending loads of money on cars, watches.
Let's talk about that obviously while we're on the subject.
Yeah.
A bit more detail.
Yeah. So obviously just started enjoying. I've always liked nice food. I like nice place. We all do, right? Nice food, nice places, nice cars, everything like that. It's enjoyable, you know. And like for right now, I want to scale the business. I need to get people in. I need to get heads in. I need to get new warehouse, new staff, new everything, new this, new investment into new products. I don't want to. You get used to the money, right? But before it was 100k a month, cool. Then it's 150k a month, cool. Then it's 200k a month, cool. And then it's like after 6 months, it's great money. Don't get me wrong, but you get used to it, kind of thing. But if you want to make $500,000 a month, you can't live that 200k a month lifestyle that you were before when you were comfortable, right? So it's about reining back on that. So like right now, I'm like, I've driven a Golf here, and I'm like, because I don't want to spend $8,000 to reinsure my Porsche right now, because I want an SV or an SVJ by start or middle of the start of the next year. So you got to give up on a lot now for later, but it's just about making that, and I'm quite impulsive as well. So I'm like scrolling through, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, that's a nice car. Like you got to stop yourself, you know. Or like Tuesday afternoon, I'm there, and I'm like, oh, I fancy going out tonight, and then I'll go out and I'll go, oh yeah, fucking spend stupid money no matter bottle of wine, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that I've struggled with as well. I think I got a lot of money quite young, quite early, and it's like managing and dealing with that. And I'm thankful to myself that I managed to catch myself out and go, fucking all right, this has got to stop. Like some of it was just crazy, like anyway. But
when you were in that lifestyle phase, right? What would you say is one of the most ridiculous things you've done?
Yeah, people want to hear that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, the most ridiculous thing I did.
Yeah.
Oh mate.
It's not the money that you spent.
Do you know what? Yeah, it was. I took all the office to Dubai. Everyone in the office to Dubai. It was an expensive trip. Do you know what? I got sucked in so badly, but this is where complacency is a bitch. And there was a point, didn't care. Got complacent. Well, okay, cool, I can spend $100,000 this month. And literally this was the mindset, right? Bad. I could spend $100,000 this month because it's coming back next month, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm doing that consistently. Dubai was crazy. Like, oh, car. Oh, you haven't got a car, mate. Obviously, I'm taking the guys away, and obviously they can't go and buy a Lambo for 14 days at £500 a day, right? So, oh, you ain't got a car? Fuck it, have the G-Wagon, I'll get another one. Like, and then like, oh, club. How much is the table? $6,000. Turn around to the lads, they can pay £500 each. Ah, fuck it. Like, just you know the ones you just tap in. And obviously, I'm taking my company away for a works too. So, but tapping away. And then I'm like, got to the end of it, and then I'm like, we're driving. I'm just head off here. I'm like, fucking cool. Let's show these guys a lifestyle, right? Or let me show these guys what it's like on this side of life, because it was also that getting them. So I'm driving Lambos on deserts and shit, yeah. Now, and then I broke the Lambo. There's it. This company had my passport. I had to pay them. They wanted $50,000. Well, they weren't giving my passport, so I had to give them. So I haggled it down to 15. To be fair, I did bing up this Lambo. Like, it was bad. It weren't $50,000 worth, but 15 grand was probably quite fair. And then like got to the end of it, I look back and I'm like, oh my god.
How much did you spend in total?
It's a house, mate. A property. Do you know what I mean? When you look at that property, but that wasn't a problem. That weren't a problem because that was like November time last year. It's not a problem. Because I'm
Q4,
I'm getting it back next month. Fine, that's fine. Q4 comes, whatever. Bang, I don't care. I just didn't care. I'm making money. Before it was, and then I realised I switched my mindset. I'm thinking, oh my god, I spent $100,000 over, well over $100,000 that holiday, well over. The one a couple months before that, I took my family away, and that was just a family holiday. But I decided, fuck it. Oh, we're all there, 8 of us. Fuck it, we're going first class. Do you know what I mean? When we're there, and it's just. At the time, but it builds up. And then January came and I've been partying for 5 months. And business just creeping away. And bear in mind, I've been spending it all the time, right? There's always been a good safety buffer there. That's where I've been smart. So big safety buffer there, a big one. And then the next month comes and it was a shit month. And I'm like, oh, crap. I spent November, December, January and February hit. And they were both bad months. And January hit and was a bad month, and I'm like, that's fine. Next month will be fine. I forgot what hard work looked like. I forgot what got me to those big numbers every month. And it weren't pissing about spending it and expecting it to just come back. But Jan, that'd be fine. Feb came and I'm like, oh, fuck. Spent. And it hasn't come back this time. So yeah, that was a big learning thing for me. And sold the cars.
You had supercars.
Sold the
Lambo.
Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Had the 718 Spider.
What was the first supercar that you got?
Ferrari 488
Really,
Spider.
How did that feel getting that at that time?
Ridiculous, man.
At your age as well,
How old was you when you got that?
At the time?
I was 20 when I got the Ferrari.
20.
Wow.
20 when I got the Ferrari, yeah. Oh no, 20 when I got the Ferrari, and I was still 20 when I got the Lambo as well.
Did you have both at the same time?
No, I chopped the Ferrari and I didn't really rate it too much.
Yeah.
How did it feel to have to sell them? What was going through your mind?
Do you know what? I didn't have to. Didn't have to, but at the time, if I wanted to get to the next step or recover what I had to. Insurance was also a bit mad at the time as well. I don't know what happened.
Saying 21-year-old with a Lambo.
But my insurance was only $3,500 for the year on that.
Really?
$3,500 at 20. But then the second year it came for renewal and they wouldn't reinsure it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, we can get done for 20 grand. I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing this anymore. Just whatever. Had a good time in it. Didn't lose too much money in it. So I'm like, cool, got to get rid of it. Selling it was emotional, but selling it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that ever happened to me. I'm going to sound like a sport brat right now, but I'm driving a 4x4 Porsche. Lovely car, but let's be honest, it's not a fucking Lambo. Nothing is a Lambo, right? So it's just a bit of a kick up the arse. I'm even driving here today. Oh shit, last time I was on this road, I was in a Lambo. Just those reminders to get back. Keep you hungry, 100%. That was an easy time in life, man. Big money coming in every month, could spend it, it will come back, had everything. Lambo on a driveway, 2 Porsches on a driveway, AMG on a driveway.
When you're driving around, I remember getting, when you first get a car when you're young as well, even if you've got a fucking little Audi or a little Golf, you're thinking yeah, this is sick. But when you're driving a Lambo at the age of 20,
it's mad.
That's just a completely different ballgame.
Mad. I wish I appreciated it more at the time.
Did you not really take it in at the time?
I feel like I didn't. I feel like I didn't appreciate because I don't have it now, innit? But I feel like I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have.
Did you have a missus? Do you have a missus?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I had a missus for a long time.
Fucking ages, mate. Yeah,
okay.
6 years now.
Yeah.
She looks after me.
She was with you during the come up
She
before
was
it all
me
happened,
way before.
ride or die.
She was the rich one, mate. She was earning £50 a week pocket money. I'm thinking,
Hello,
sweetheart. Yeah, she was minted, mate. Fucking hell. So yeah, no, that was it.
So talking about your success, right? You've achieved more than 99, probably 0.9% of people in their 20s.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a mentor to help you get to that stage? Have you ever invested in your own learning? I know you didn't at the early stages, but what about when the money started to come in?
So the only mentor I ever had was my dad. But that's because he's a great person and that's who I wanted to be. Do you know what I mean? And he helped me, and he'd run a business before, so he, with everything basically getting it set up, obviously it was needed someone to ask, obviously that. When it got to the point of getting it big, obviously it was new waters, brand new waters for everyone. So never did.
Do you still not now have any?
Nah, and I think that is probably a big part of the I say stunted growth. There's no real stunted growth, but the millions are great. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for it, but I want to get to the tens of millions, and I feel like that's what I need to get to that next step. But you see me, there's people out there who do it, and I look at them and they need to be living the life I want to live in order for
before you get mentored by
Yeah, 100%.
You can find that though, there is that. We've all individually got our own mentors in different areas. I know you had the lifestyle coach, innit?
Yeah, because they don't necessarily have to have done your business. A lot of it comes down to just the
mindset,
and the
connections.
You've not jumped on any of these masterminds, obviously you're running one now, or you run a trip, right?
100%.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I saw that on the social media. Fill the listeners in. Trip to Thailand, was it?
Yeah. So we call it the Entrepreneurs Getaway, so that's a brand now. And the Entrepreneurs Getaway, it's basically we go away. End of the day, when you're with the right people, it don't matter where you are. But obviously, I wanted to. Muay Thai has become quite a big part of my life. Thanks to my good friend George. He's a world champion. He's an incredible guy, and his work ethic with that sport is just the maddest you've ever seen. He's world champion currently. He's just been accepted into one championship, which is like the UFC of Muay Thai, which is higher viewed than UFC. And he's fucking met him a couple of years ago and started training. It became before it was just getting a bit of energy out. Then it was like I started liking and enjoying the sport, and then I went to Thailand and trained there, and I'm like, oh mate, this is the life. Like, wake up in the morning, beautiful place, beautiful people, beautiful service, great food. Went there, trained Muay Thai, and I was in my element. Best thing I ever did.
Sam's
like,
something right now. He's thinking
Yeah,
he loves it.
so I love to hear that, because I started Muay Thai recently, to be fair, about 4 months ago.
Nice.
I love it. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard work,
it's tough,
isn't it?
mate. Yeah, it's
but
tough.
yeah, my plan is November next year. Me and my mate Jake, we're going to go do a training camp.
Sick. Oh, got to be done. Go to Koh Samui. It is the place. Funny enough, we was in the office a few hours ago. My coach out in Thailand, Jack, unbelievable fighter, mate. Like, loveliest geezer. You wouldn't look at him and think anything, but mate, he'll rip any fucker apart, like completely. And he was having his last ever fight earlier. He's 35, I think. Like 150 professional fights, 300 plus fights. Yeah, no, mad. But it was just, it's just an amazing thing for the mind. You know, it's discipline. It's keeping yourself in check. I want to get better in Muay Thai, but to get better in Muay Thai, I got to get my fitness better. I got to be a bit stronger. You know what I mean? And it's lovely. And I thought business is important, but without that outlet of just that and being able to chill out, it's nothing, right? So that was a big thing for me. Took all these guys away on the entrepreneurs getaway, and it was an incredible experience. Took them all to Thailand, 14 days, and had them training, had them coaching them on their businesses, helping them out.
How many people did you get on that?
There was 14 of us total.
What sort of businesses? Mix or?
Mixture of businesses, to be fair. Mixture of businesses and like trades, I guess, as well. Like, obviously, you know, a lot of the guys in trades earn a lot of money, and they came along because they wanted to get to that next kind of level in life. For that was amazing, and I learned a lot about a lot of things there. No one probably at my level of business came, because obviously I'm there to kind of help and service them, I guess, kind of thing. But they were incredible guys that I wouldn't look at myself as a level above them, because they were great people and taught me a lot. But yeah, lots of different industries, lots of different things, and it was just crazy. And we set out, I'll explain that later, but we set our business plan when we were out there with them, and I said, I'm going to show you something that no one else is going to see for a very long time, and you're going to watch it firsthand. Came up with the idea with them in a meeting room just like this in Thailand. We're now a month and a half later, and it's done 50k profit, over 50k profit.
The e-commerce.
Yeah, and they've seen it already.
Yeah, that's sick.
So what is that? What's the specifically what you're selling?
I can't tell you.
Oh, you can't
say now, but you'll see. You'll see 100%. And I don't know when this will be released, but when it does, people will be able to see it, and it's fucking outrageous.
When you say people be able to see, why is that? You documenting
every single step of it.
Yeah,
from me talking about it at this table to me going, right, we're trying this, not sure if it's going to work, to me going, holy fuck, everyone, we've got 560 orders today at like £10 profit each. Wow. In a day, like, do you know what I mean? That's like, it's been really good to do. I now know documentation's everything, right? So yeah, but yeah, we'll see that.
Why are you documenting it? Just for content, or to try and help people to do the same thing?
To help people to do the same thing,
replicate
really.
it.
To be able to show people how to do it, yeah, 100%. To show possibilities as well, like that. To be able to, like, I can literally show you a 16-minute. It's a 16 minutes. I think I've added it up. Just loads of videos of me just putting it out step by step. It's a 16-minute video of every single step I took to do this, and then it's bang.
How much did you invest? Can you say that?
Yeah, 50k profit, about 10 grand.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Where are you trying to get it to before you actually release it?
I started off with 2 grand, bear in mind. Anyone can fucking do that. I started off with 2 grand. Wow. It showed straight away, day one, holy fuck, it's going to make a lot of money. Bang, go straight back in.
Shit, yeah.
What are you waiting for to, what point are you waiting to release it? You don't know yet. You're just seeing what happens.
I'm gonna do it a couple more times as well.
Oh, okay.
I need to solidify the process.
Good stuff.
And then it's going to be like,
test it.
Bang.
Yeah.
I like it. That's good.
Yeah, but it'll get me in the news. I swear to God. It'll get me in you will see me in the news because of this shit.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That's good.
What about, I don't know if you're using it on this or within your other businesses, AI and stuff. Have you been utilising that or not so much?
Not really. No.
It's quite techie, your business, though. Like,
That's what I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the lads do for like some of the product listings and stuff, like build a good description for this and that.
Okay.
But an AI doesn't know about Amazon and its back end keywords, so probably not as much as it's probably not as helpful as people think it could be.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical, and I tell you why. Look, there's some good things about it. Like we made it. Some people have made it to generate some videos within what we do and that, and scripts, things like that, video ideas. Okay, cool. There's an element to it that's really good, but if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. I think, and that's why I've got an element of skepticism towards it. Like this ain't gonna do everything for me. There's no hope in hell. It can do some bits for sure. It'll be an aid, but I don't think it's quite gonna be what people think it is. Honestly, we'll see. Maybe I'm proved wrong. Probably will be. But
I love that, man. So going back to the drop shipping, it's very saturated now, and I get hit with ads all the time about
FBA.
dropshipping mentors. Yeah, FBA, Amazon FBA.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got dropshipping in my mind for
that's
some
all good.
reason. There's a lot of courses out there that are being promoted from people that aren't that credible. Obviously, your credibility speaks for itself. Right?
Yeah.
But how do you decipher between someone like yourself and someone who's just trying to monetize from a course? Because your students have had great success themselves. What would your advice be to somebody listening to this?
It's a great point. It's scary because basically what happened, you know the Forex world, right?
Yeah.
Forex traders, and then people thought, oh, let me just come in and pretend like I'm making loads of money from it and just sell a service based that makes loads of money. Literally a year after it, I started happening with these people. Oh, making loads of money. Let's be honest, right? It's a fucking fast way. I'll be honest with you. It's much easier to make a screen Photoshop image of you making a load of money on Amazon and putting it on there and getting clients in, because it gives you, or for idiots who aren't good enough for due diligence, it gives you the same credibility as me when I fucking had to work 4.5 years to get where I am with it. But see me, that's a big part of what I've done. I show you it. You're not running this business if you ain't got a warehouse. You ain't running this business if you ain't got staff. And for me, I say, look, speak to my clients, speak to the people we've worked with. Most are happy, some aren't, but that's just life, I guess. But I guess deciphering between the two, you don't really need to decipher between the two. I've done enough in this industry to be able to say, what's the point in deciphering? We are the best in the business of what we do by a million miles. It's a step-by-step blueprint that anyone can replicate.
People are seeing the growth on TikTok. I think that's a clever idea. Like, what made you actually get on TikTok in the first place to start talking about this?
I don't know. I just thought it was one of my biggest fears. That's why.
Yeah,
Love that.
Biggest fears. Honestly, I swear to you, right? Getting on TikTok. If you asked me at that moment in time, what are you most scared of today? And that, because before that didn't exist. You couldn't find me. It didn't exist. Like there was no friends and families. It just didn't exist. It wasn't there. And I just thought one day, fuck it. Let me just, because I saw geezers doing it, and at this point I was running the business, and I see geezers on there doing it. I'm thinking, shout out Poku Banks, by the way. You know Poku Banks? Yeah. Shout out Poku Banks, by the way. I see him doing it. I'm thinking, if he can do it, I can fucking do it. I told him actually, I was thinking, fuck man, I swear I'm doing better than this guy, but he's getting the clout for it. Yeah, I spoke to him about it, fun enough, because he inspired me to get on there. So I've said a big thank you to him, innit? And I respect him a lot. And at his event, I won the Entrepreneur of the Year 2022. So big respect to him. But yeah, so I was like, fuck it, you know what? Let me do a video. Worst comes to worst, right? I can delete it and just go ghost mode again. I've got my business. I'm good. I'm easy. I don't need social media. I'm easy. I'm running a business here, making money. Fuck it and post a video. Funniest video, mate. Go back. If you get a chance, go right back to that first one, man. Bless me, mate. I was, whatever. I've done this video and I'm there with my little pen and so here's the 3 things you can do to make extra money in lockdown, right? Just whatever. Things I was doing, right? Put my phone away. I was at family barbecue, put my phone away, posted it, put my phone away thinking, I'm a nobody. I've got no followers. So post it, come back after an hour eating dinner, whatever, 117,000 views.
What? In your first video?
I'm like, and then, but my big fear now, didn't you go to my school? I saw you. I know you. You went for, and I'm like, and we're talking about 6 different schools here, bro. Yeah, so like, I'm like, fucking hell, like my past coming back to haunt me.
Like, yeah, I probably did.
Yeah. so yeah. And then I'm like, that's not that bad. Not as bad as that. And then people started going, oh yeah, like people started giving the nice ones. I'm thinking, that's sick. I've helped some people. Get the odd twat. Oh yeah, you said that wrong, mate. Well, fuck off, mate. Right.
Yeah.
But it just popped off and I'm like, oh, fine, fuck it. I'm going to leave that one. I'll give it a go again tomorrow. See what happens. Gave it again. And I just got addicted to it. Every day, just banging the videos. It's sick. Credibility-wise, go straight back to that. You can see me. I was a squeaky little spotty kid. Still a bit spotty. Fucking. That one popped up just for the program. But yeah, squeaky little spotty kid, mate. Mate, just so driven. So I look back, if I'm ever feeling down or bad, I look back at that and I'm like, fucking hell, that's a fucking animal. Go look back at that kid. You ain't never met an animal like him, mate. He's a fucking animal. He was on it every single day. And I look back and I go, man up. That's the guy you got to be, you know. And shared the story, shared the view, and you can literally see it every step of the way. Just the knowledge growing. Like back then, like, I didn't know the difference between margin and ROI. I didn't know the difference between profit. I didn't know what the fuck VAT was, you know. And over time, I'm paying fucking 70, 80 grand a month in fucking VAT.
It's good that you've kept that, because some people like delete their old content, but I think it's good to be able to see like how far you've come.
Yeah,
especially
100%.
like in the videos and that.
It's all there.
And you're still doing it as well. Like consistency is everything, right? Or you don't do as much.
Not as much, but I still do it. You can still see it. Yeah, it's still pretty much still there. But yeah,
Is TikTok your main one?
TikTok's my main social. Yeah,
Have you got a YouTube channel?
got a YouTube channel.
No.
I need to post more on it. Yeah, I need to do more of that. Instagram's decent size as well. So yeah.
Would you say the personal brands helped a lot? We was actually talking about this on the last podcast, to be fair. about us all building a personal brand, getting
Yeah.
started, getting
Yeah,
posted
gotta
the
be done.
videos and stuff
Big
like
money.
that.
Big money. Because you see me, I'm an Amazon seller, right? I can make money off mentorship, and I've done really, really good money on it. I make ridiculous money off working with brands as well, right? Because we have a skill that most brands don't, and they need to be on Amazon, right? So I made a ridiculous amount of money based on, like, I got a guy. Actually, that's fine. I can't say this, sorry. I had a guy come to me 2 days ago. He's got tens of millions of followers. He's got an incredible brand doing tens of thousands of profit already, and he wants my help. I'm like, why do you need my help? I would just know, there's a few things we don't know. I'm like, cool, I want to take a percentage, and I'll just come on board. Yeah, sure. They found me on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, that's not going to happen otherwise. You know what I mean? So that's just the opportunities that come to you are freaking crazy.
What's your following on TikTok now?
200, about nearly 250k.
I don't even see you on TikTok, because I don't really use TikTok much. So I know you from Insta.
Yeah.
And even like
250
even
on TikTok. Yeah, and then Insta's just.
Do you post the same content on TikTok and Instagram?
No, Insta's personal. Insta's me and like anyone else who run their Instagram basically, but just promo for the Amazon.
So those
stuff.
videos, you don't bother posting them, not many of them now.
No,
post a few stories on Insta, innit?
Yeah. Post the stories and that, but if you go on my feed, it's literally just me, probably just flexing on pictures and that.
yeah. In your what's it called? Just getting Chauffeured around.
Yeah. Got a few of those on there. To be fair. A few of the starlights. Yeah.
Right, so other than Amazon FBA, and you've obviously got the show thing starting up, a few other things. Like, can you talk about some of the other things that you're involved in or trying to sort out at the moment?
Yeah, sure. So obviously I'm investing in quite a few businesses. Where I'm lucky, it kind of goes back to social branding, the social platform thing, I guess. I get people come to me who like me and see me as a potential partner in their businesses for whatever reason, and I don't invest in all of them, but a lot of them I will. If I see legs in it,
loads of people messing out on it.
Oh mate, yeah, they will.
Time.
Yeah, fuck now. But yeah, no. So most recent one I've invested into is Damage Assist. It's a company who literally you get a hole in your table right here and come and repair it like it never happened.
Yes, that's the one I've seen, and it's fucking mental. Like, I follow it, and literally anything, mate, they repair back to brand new. And I'm looking at it. If you had a slab like this, and obviously you accidentally drilled a hole and you've got a thing to make good, you see how you can do it. But I see like old sinks or old tiles or things that they can't have the material there. I don't know how they do it. And literally they will they will get it back to brand new.
It's magic.
I was like,
magic.
yeah,
it's
I follow it and I've watched it because I think I've thought of it. We've had a few things obviously on jobs through the building company that I could have used it. So I'll follow you now or that business. Definitely will use it. But yeah, I've no idea how you lots do it, but it is sick.
Yeah. So literally, the more whatever it is you break or whatever, he can fix. So for example, if you bathtubs, right, fucking expensive. You got to rip them out, put a new one in. It's expensive. You got a hole in your bathtub, you can come in hours time, gone. You won't. It will never cause you a problem again. Like as if it was never there. And long story short with that business, right? And it goes back to the personal brand and stuff. He saw one of my videos in the early days, basically, and I said, basically, the video was get off your ass and fucking do it. Like along those lines, stop waiting around, follow your dreams. He messaged me, went, right, sweet, I've just quit my job and I'm doing this now. I'm like, fuck. Right. Go smash it, bro. Anyway, he did. He absolutely smashed it. Actually, he's an amazing guy and amazing business partner as well. But he went ahead and smashed it, and he got his van branded up, unreal van, looking unreal. The job he does is just ridiculous. Like, for example, my banisters at home, right, all messed up and that. I've got a landlord coming around to look at the property, right, cool. And obviously you got to make good, yeah. This is my first flat. Dog chewed up all the banisters and all the little sideboards and that, mad, yeah. And we're talking thousands of pounds of damage. Comes in, 400 quid later, nothing. Never heard back. Got my deposit money back and all good, just like that. It's like mad.
Do kitchen cupboards.
He can do anything. Literally,
Really?
it's
Yeah.
mad.
It literally looks like magic, mate.
Mad. So we spoke to him. I spoke to him. I was like, oh mate, this is like 2 years ago. To be fair, 2.5 years ago. I said, mate, you got to franchise this business, man. Like you got to franchise this out, mate. I swear to you, it'd be mad. At the time, I just knew what franchise was. I didn't know. That was it. That was it. It was just a boom. And he messaged me about a few months after that. He's like, actually no, not even a year later. We had a discussion. He came again because the dog fucking done it again. And he's just like to me, Jack, mate, like you've been a big part of this, or what like me starting this, I wouldn't have done it without you. And the you know the inspiration you gave, he went and turned it into a multi-six-figure business, rapid. And I said, mate, you've got to franchise this stuff. And he goes, cool, let's go 50-50. I'm doing what I'm doing. You franchise it out, and we'll do it. So that's what we started. We kicked off a month ago. Just getting everything ready now, organising territories, organising how it's going to work out, booking systems, stuff like that. It's all brand new stuff to me. It's outside of my leverage, right? It's not to do with Amazon or mentoring. It's completely outside of that. So it's more for me to learn and do, which I love doing, to be fair, throwing myself into. But that's going to be huge. There's nothing like it in the country right now. Nothing like it. And the people who try and do it is shit. So that's going to be massive. You know, we're aiming for a big.
Did you get a lot of inquiries when you post it up?
Got a lot of inquiries.
The brand can help massively with that anyway.
100%. I can, if I put word out, there's people out there who are interested in new things. If I want to sell franchises on my page, I can do that if I needed to. You know what I mean? People will be interested. It's a great investment. I'll probably buy one for myself because I'll buy the franchise, hire someone to take the van and pay them a full-time wage while I get paid for the jobs. And we're talking big money here, like £500 for a morning of work. Be happy to pay someone £200 for that, and I'll pocket £300 when I'm sat at home. You know
You'll learn it as well from doing that yourself. So
exactly that. So yeah, it's a big opportunity, and I look at that, I'm like, fucking hell, that's mad money. So got a franchise it out. We're doing
anything similar to that, like not franchising, but that.
There is something similar to it, but they're just shit.
Really.
How are you going to protect the franchise where you don't have like solid buildings, or like a premises? Like if it's just selling the brand with a van, how are you going to kind of protect that for people to not go out and just
do it themselves, kind of thing.
Themselves.
Contractors do you well, but I think that's the same with anything, right? People working from Amazon business, they're sourcing products. Why don't they just go do it for themselves as well? But I'm a big believer in treat people so well that they can leave. Train people so well that they can leave, but treat them so well that they won't. You know what I mean? So if I get an inkling that I'm about to work with someone who's going to fuck me over, they'll go out the door no matter how much money they have. Anyway, so. But yeah, contracts, put them in place, train them, treat them well, and if they fuck about, sue them. That's it. That's all you can do, really, I guess. But again, building those relationships to the point and helping them as much as you can to the point where it wouldn't even cross their mind to fuck about. That's where you want to be, isn't it?
So in terms of like investing, so obviously you're investing in businesses. Any other like properties, or are you getting involved on any of the other hypes? What's your stance on that?
So the new business is the main one, right? And obviously, like I said, I'm sorry. It's a bit boring. I can't talk about it too much right now. But properties, nah. I just can't bring myself to do it right now, and I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Because I enjoy spending it more than investing in it for a little while. But But the truth is, I've got an inkling. I've got a feeling, and usually when I get a feeling, it's right, and I just get a feeling that the past year hasn't been really the right time, and the past year would have been the time where I could have. But where I'm living, I like where I live. The money going out, like for example, if there's 500 grand in the bank right now to just spend with the new ventures that are coming up, it's going to be better spent on them. The return on investment with business is far higher than property. Yeah. Though the security's more with a property in the long term, obviously, yeah. But for me, like my plan is, right, when I've got 15, 20 million in the bank, I want that by end of next year. I'm talking personal bank here, end of next year, latest, end of the year after. 15, 20 mil in there, cool, I'll slap 10 mil in property. It can pay me however much it wants to a year, then I'll be sweet. Do you see what I mean? But until then, like, was it a HMO? Like, it's going to, like, put in an X amount of money, like 250, 300 grand, and, like, it's going to net you grand 200 profit, 5,200 profit a month. I'm like, shit. Do you know what I mean? That's just where my mind is. It's just it's good long term, of course, and obviously you get the property and you build whatever. But yeah, for me, it's just not really an investment I'm looking to make right now, but in the future for sure.
I've got a good question because you're younger than us and you're running multiple businesses / investing in other businesses, got a lot going on. We all have this conversation. We're all the same, right? We all get, what do we call it?
Shiny penny syndrome.
Shiny penny syndrome. We all try to now kind of, whilst we're trying to focus on these first businesses, build these first businesses, try and stop each other drifting off and bring us back. But what's your take on that? And how do you manage that? How do you manage the multiple businesses?
It's a good point. It's for me, as long as I've got the leverage, as long as what I take on now isn't going to affect everything else, I don't mind. I've chosen now my projects that I'm going to work on. If something big comes along, like the one that's just come along now, it wasn't really in the plans 2 months ago, but I saw it and I'm like, fucking, I'd be stupid not to. I'd actually be stupid not to. And I was smart to do it. So, but for me, it's like, so for example, the Amazon business, I don't need to spend time on the Amazon business. I haven't had to spend time on the Amazon business for a year. It's fully run. It's got operations manager. It's got a team. It's got sources. It's got warehouse. It's got
how many people have you got working with you at the minute?
For Amazon business, put it 7 or 8, and then like probably the same for the Jack's Amazon Club as well. So
So
yeah.
one's the consulting, one's the actual doing.
One's the consultant, one's actual
You've
doing.
got about 7, 8 on each side.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of that runs without you now.
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, there's always a step in you need to have.
Yeah.
I say you need to. Maybe that's just the emotional connection you have to it. But yeah, it pretty much the Amazon business runs kind of automatically now, and we're trying to make it even more automated now as well. But because that was to one side, and because Jack's Amazon Club is kind of running. We're not pushing it too hard. We just kind of take referrals and do the content. If you come in, we take it. We're not mad marketing it. It allows me to have time to do the other things. But as soon as these other things impact one of those, is a problem, right? So obviously I always make sure I've got the leverage to make sure if I start a new business, for example, the franchise side of things, cool, I'll do what I need to do for a certain amount of time, but it will get fucking busy. I'll go and poach a franchise manager who can help me run it properly, and they'll know more about it than me, and it won't take away from anything else I'm doing, So there's always an element of you've got to do the kind of grunt work at the start, but then obviously you just leverage it out, scale it up, and replace yourself ideally. So yeah, but I'm still a sucker for it, mate. I have no doubt there'll be something next week that catches my eye. Just got to stay disciplined, I guess.
How have you found replacing yourself as such in these businesses to automate them as much as possible? Is that been quite a challenge, or have you actually found it go better than you maybe first imagined?
It's been a massive challenge, but I think I've been thankful to find some really good people who have helped me do that. So it was always a challenge, but everything good is going to be a challenge, right? So that was that. But
I guess ultimately that is the answer, isn't it? When the businesses our first business is operating without us, or 80% without us, while still scaling, and the money's coming in, you get the opportunity, you get your time, and you've got the money. You can
kind of do it now.
You can look at
without us.
Yeah, then we can look at the other ventures.
Definitely.
But yeah, so what's in terms of the next few years then, like next 3, 4, 5 years? You're still obviously only 22.
Mm-hmm.
What's the goals? What's the vision? Multiple businesses, or still a small handful but scale them massively? Or
I want to chop and change. Obviously, there's a lot of value in buying. Well, not buying, but there's a lot of value in growing and selling businesses, right? Massive value in growing and selling businesses. My personal brand, obviously, so like Jack's Amazon Club would never sell. It's my baby. I want to keep it the Amazon business. Totally dependent on what comes out of that. If we create a brand within the Amazon business, we can sell that anyway. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's going to be about creating, growing and selling, and then reinvesting and going back to it. But my goals are the next, I need to hold myself accountable massively. My goals for the next 3 years are huge, like big. It's going to be tough, but if I get halfway there, I'm laughing. So yeah.
So yeah, thanks for coming on, Jack. For the listeners or the watchers, what's your social media so they can drop you a follow?
So Instagram's Jack's Amazon Club. Please make sure it's the verified one. There's a bunch of fake accounts.
You get loads of that, didn't
Causing a problem, man. Big problem. TikTok is Jack Dams, Jack D-A-M-Z, and YouTube's the same as that as well.
Nice.
Thank you so much,
coming on, some good story.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.